Alright, we're finally away, and it's short qualifying for 18 minutes around here for the Belgian Grand Prix. My name is Jay Morris, or also known as Indigo, and we're here for Formula Sim Series for the Team Championship Cup for Shazoo, and it's a qualifying event here for the Spa-Francorchamps Grand Prix. Very interesting to see what happens. It's 2-minute qualifying sessions, and once this qualifying session ends for the first part, we'll move on to the second part with the two different lobbies. So I'll get the teams up and running. So the first lobby, here we are, is OP, CPI, NLR, TF10, KTF, TTG, QRT, and TF for the first lobby, and it should end around about 7:55, where we can have the other event for Team 2. And after that, it is Shazoo, SXT, IFR, MNT, FVR, ET8, Relentless, and LFR. And as you can see, we've got some cars coming out the pit lane there to start their first flyer laps then, so we'll see who's out on the track first. And it's a 7-kilometer circuit, 4.3 miles long around this track. And it's one of the first ones held in the Formula Championship back in 1950, along with Monza. Let me get this right: Monza, Britain, and Monaco and Spa. Yeah, one of the 4 held ever since the Formula started back in 1950 in the Championship. But yeah, what a fantastic racetrack to race on. We didn't get a race last time out in F1 2021, sadly. I know it was a classification of Verstappen, Russell, and Hamilton. But hopefully this year we can have a race around Belgium Grand Prix. Last time out in 2020, we had Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas take the 1-2. Good race in 2019 with Charles Leclerc defended from Lewis Hamilton. This track has had loads of history in the past. Such a fantastic track to race on, and weather can play a massive factor as well. And I think it'll be dry for sure for this qualified event. But the Alpine, I think it's his teammate who's the first one out of the track. There it is. Marco Dos is the first man out of the track in the Alpine, racing for. Let's have a look. It is QRT, yeah. So Marco Dos racing for QRT in the Alpine. Make this way round Stabilo. You can see a lot of comments already in the chat. I'll have a look at them when I get the opportunities. But you can see a lot of people on the track for that out lap. A few people are in the pit lane, as Marco Dos there will make his way around the final 2 corners to set a lap time around this track. And I believe a good lap time around here is like near the 41, late 41s, like a 41.8 or something, if you get really close to that. But tries to get a decent launch off the final corner then as he makes his way towards La Source. Into turn 1 we go, braking on the 100-meter board. Down into second gear we go, a little bit of a lock up and goes a little bit wider than we want to. Gets a good launch coming out of turn 1, and pivotal for that to get a really good run up here. And there's a car in the way, that's his teammate Alpine. So his Alpine teammate giving a really good slipstream up the hill, but hopefully he gets out of the way very, very quickly. Not one of the best slipstreams I've seen. He could have gone a bit further up, but gave it a little bit of a tow, a little bit of a support for him. But Marco does there, make his way around through turn number 3 and 4. Lacombe, and he didn't really hit the inside curve for this one. Next one, and let's see how he does for this one. Threading the car through. Be very careful on the exit of this one. Try not to go in the gravel. And downhill right-handed. Very easy to lock up the right front, as you can see there. Just locking up slightly. Getting on the throttle there. Make his way through No Name. Hitting the inside curve. Running out wide on the exit. Don't run out too wide. And as you can see there, many people take the esports line, including me. Coming down into P1 then. Don't hit that inside curve because it will unsettle the car. Gets a good run coming out of that one as we make our way into the right-hander then. Let's see how he takes this one down his 5th gear we go. Now 4th, up into 5th gear. Running the curb on the entry, we can see there, just unsettling the car, and that compromises lap. So let's see middle sets. It's going to be a 14.1. Just lost a little bit of time in that second part of the left-right sequence. Now making his way through Blanchimon. Flat out left-hander here. We saw a battle between Kimi Raikkonen and Lewis Hamilton back here in 2008, fighting for the win that day. As we make our way down into the bus stop chicane, we'll see some opportunities to overtake down here, scrubbing off all the speed on the entry there, second gear corner as we get out that one. And let's see then what lap time will set at 42.5 for first lap time. I dare say that will be beaten with his mistake on that second corner. But a few cars make their way across the line now, and it doesn't look like much time is on the board. Leo goes quickest in first place with a 41.9, so 6/10 quicker, and already in the 41s for Leo. Tex Fest Popo goes into P4 is replaced by KTF Faz in P2 with a 42.0. And Dino goes into second place now, actually a 42.2 for Faz. Dino went to second place with a 42.0, a tenth away from Leo in first place. And there's your times on the boards. So it looks like a few people on their lap time did a validate. You can see their Fruitful got a really good toe, and his teammate gets on the way very, very late. So he must have the best first sector about anybody in that first sector, but ran the curves very nicely. As our Drop of Gamer then does join the session as we make our way down into the right-hander. You can see him just locking up a little bit there on the entry, but won't affect him too much. You can see the rear just unsettling as he made his way into No Name. That corner, I think he will have a name soon if I'm not mistaken. But as we make our way into P1, got a bit wider than he would have wanted. Then Fruitful didn't really get as tight to the entry as he would have wanted. Now making his way through the right-hander. This one doesn't really hit that inside curve there. It goes a bit wide. This one doesn't attack as much and gets a good exit coming out of that corner right-hander. Now it's this right-hander we go. Slow speed right-hander. Now flat out Stablo through here. I didn't really see his middle sector, but let's see how his lap time is on his first lap. As we'll make our way into the flat out left-hander. See a good battle between Felipe Nasser and Max Verstappen back in 2015 when both of them were rookies. As we'll make our way down into the bus stop chicane, breaking up the 100-metre board, hitting the inside curve there. And he needs a really good exit now. You can see a bit of wheel spin on the exit as he makes his way towards the line. He still goes quickest with a 141.7 though, so 2/10 beaten, and it's a Red Bull 1-2 so far as his teammate heads back in the pit lane then, so both Red Bulls comfortably in the 141s. Just waiting for more people to cross the line. Let's see what lap time they can set. And OP Ricky goes into P3 with a 42.0. His teammate just crossed the line there. As you can see in the McLaren, a few hundred separated those two in P3 and P4. There's C-Brain. He has invalidated his lap time standard for him, and as you can see there, he has run out of fuel, so he will not go for another run. Looks like he is, but you can see the fuel light is flashing there, so I don't think he'll go for another one. Yeah, he'll go back in the pit lane, just saving those tyres later on. It's our Drop Gamer then does join the session in the Mercedes as the and VSR Alexander does join the session as well in P12, so both Mercedes are arriving late. They've got 10 minutes left to go to set a lap time. We've got two people on the outlaps, which is Lucas and Ardell. Drop Gamer in P14. I think we'll ball with Lucas first as he's closer towards the line. Then the Mercedes driver in P14. So yeah, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people have not set a lap time just yet. It is a tricky circuit to negotiate your way around. It's so very easy to make a mistake around here and invalidate your lap time as well. That first sector, the exit of the first sector, La Calm, very easy to validate or make a mistake through there. You have to ride the curbs, try not to go out wide through there, and come into here flat out left-hander through Blanchimon. As we make our way down into the final two corners now, ready for CPI Lucas's lap. As we make our way into the bus stop chicane, preparing the tyres, making sure it gets the right window here. It's very important to get the right temperature here because in that final set it can be very, very difficult. As we make our way down into turn number 1, then scrubbing up all the speed, gets a good exit on the exit of turn 1, back on the throttle immediately, and I believe that's his AlphaTauri teammate just ahead of us as we make our way up through Eau Rouge and Radion. CPI Daniel has not set a lap time like his teammate just yet, so those two need to get a lap time on the board. As you can see there, CPI Daniel giving his teammate a really nice slipstream, approached about 330 km an hour, about 205 miles per hour in those units, but gets on the curb too much there. You can see the rear just unsettling as he heads to back out of it. So his first lap already compromised by carrying too much speed or taking too much of that curb there. The rear just not settling on the curb. But making our way into No Name now in 5th gear. The exit of it, taking that esports line, very easy to validate the exit of No Name. Now making our way through Puon, 7th gear corner, flat out to the next of it. Don't touch those inside curves because you'll get beached on those curbs. Now coming into the right-handed, used a lot of it, but too much of it as Lucas has his lap time invalidated. So go on board with the Mercedes driver as we make our way into the left-handed, riding the curb and gets a good exit as well. As we make our way down into the left-hander of Puon, slightly hits that inside curve, just kisses out the entry but doesn't take too much of it of course. because it will spin the car around. Now making the way into the right hand there. 4th gear corner, the back up to 5th immediately. Taking this one as well. Very, riding the curves really nicely too here as the car's just settling. Riding this one as well, very nice. I've not really seen too many people ride that curve. I didn't even know you could, to be honest with you. But looks like he's done it very nicely as we make our way then towards Belgium. As you can see there, our old Dropper Gamer has fueled his car for 1 lap only, so it had to be a good lap time for him as we make our way into the flat out left-hander Blanchimon. Now making our way down into the final 2 corners, braking at the 100-meter board, down through the gears into 3rd gear. Some people take 2nd gear, riding the curb to the exit of the corner, gets back on the throttle immediately, and let's see what lap time this is. A 41.3, half a second quicker than Fruitful in P2. What a lap time from Arnold Dropper Gamer in P1. Set the benchmark already. 41.3. Can we get ourselves into the 40s? I've not really seen anybody get in the 40s in a qualifier session, excluding Time Child, but what a lap time that was from the Mercedes driver. Let's see if anybody out there can beat him. We've got Leo on a lap in P3. He gets a lovely tow from his teammate Fruitful, who gave him a tow the last lap. Now it's his turn as Dudu goes into P3 with a 41.8 as the times get quicker as the track starts to evolve. And now Leo makes his way around the final corner. And let's see then what lap time he sets. It's P2 with a 41.6 then, as his teammate behind will start a lap time, and vice versa will give him a slipstream down the Camel Straight as Marcados goes into P4 with a 41.7, a few hundreds behind, about 200 behind Fruitful in P3 then. So the times are starting to tumble down as the Ferrari driver makes his way around the final corner. 7/10 up it says on his Delta as he makes his way towards the line, and it's a 41.6 for the Ferrari driver in 4th place as NLR P2 with 41.5. So people are getting closer towards Arnold Dropper's Gamer's lap time. But that was his first lap as well, 41.3 on his first lap. Let's see what he could do when he goes for another few more laps in this qualifier session. Got about 6 minutes left to go, so get about another 2 runs in here. I think Lucas is not on a lap. He's giving his teammate a slipstream, which is CPI Daniel just further behind. Yeah, a lot of people. You can see in the full map that the Aston Martins are together, the Red Bulls are together, the Alpines, the Ferraris, the Alfa Romeos, the McLarens. I've not really seen this, but yes, nice to see that all the teams are working together. It is a team event, but obviously in league racing, as Daniel takes too much curb on the left-hander, so sadly for him, his lap time will be invalidated, and one of the Aston Martins are making their way down the final few corners now. Is that Faz in P11? Yes, it is, as he makes his way towards the final corner. Let's see what lap time he has in that Aston Martin as he makes his way towards the line. It goes into P10 with a 42.0 then, just getting into the 42s and just getting the top 10 as well. A few hundreds behind as Fruitful goes into P2 in the Red Bull with a 41.4, so we're getting closer towards Arnold Dropper Gamer's lap time in P1. Let's see who else is out there on the track. We've still got VSR Alexander as he validates his lap time in that first sector, so sad for him already in the back foot. We've still got a few minutes left to go in the session, but not ideal. You can't go for another run on this set if he wants to, but he has to refuel the car. As you can see, the fuel light is popping up on the bottom right, so he has to head back into pit lane. Yeah, so Arnold Dropper Gamer Alexander confident of fueling the car for 1 lap. Some people fuel the car for more than 2 laps just in case they validate. If those people can't get a lap time straight away and they validate the first run, they go for a second run. We've got the Alfa Romeo outside big now on a lap time in the Alfa Romeo. And let's see what his first sector is like. It is going to be, I can't really see it from the comments. What was that? 5/10 down, so he's not on a lap time. So we'll see if anybody else is out there on a lap. It's Alexander. We'll go back in the pit lane. As you can see, he's run out of fuel. Dino coming towards the final 2 corners. I think he'll go back in the pit lane. Yes, he will. So we're just waiting for more drivers now to set a lap time. Where's Fruitful? Fruitful will come back in the pit lane. Both Alpha Towers down there, P40 and P15, with Daniel and Lucas with the 42.3 and 42.3. So Arnold Dropper Gamer then is on an outlap with Leo in P4. I wonder if their teammates are out there to give us a slipstream. Arnold Dropper Gamer and Alexander. I've not really seen those two give each other a slipstream, but the Red Bulls have. Leo's just coming back in the pit lane, so when Leo, in fact it's the other way around, Fruitful Q will come back in the pit lane, and once Leo gets closer and closer, that's when Fruitful will come out the pit lane. So nice teamwork going on here between the teams of both Red Bulls in P2 and in P4. Such a long circuit as well. 3 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in this session then. The maximum you can do is about 3 runs around here. It's very easy to validate as well and make mistakes around this track. You can see Arnold Dropper Gamer there on the left hand side, warming up his tyres. Currently on pole, has only done 1 lap and it's a 41.3. Put it on the bag immediately. Yeah, Romeo coming out the pit lane as well. So quite a few people coming out of the pit lane. Axelino in P3 with a 141.5, only 2/10 away from pole position. You can see the Alpha Tauri just behind him. We'll go back on board with Leo as he's closer towards the line than Arnold Dropper Gamer is. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the session then, so we're closing down as Leo makes his way towards the final 2 corners to start his last lap time. There we go, then takes a very wide entry to get a good launch coming out of the final corner as we'll make our way down into turn 1. Then let's see who takes it, breaking in a straight line in turn 1, scrubbing off all the speed, down into first gear for next to rotation, upshifted immediately to third gear on the exit to reduce that wheel spin as we'll make our way into Eau Rouge and Radion. Flat out corners through here. A lot of people used to struggle out here back in 2019 and 2018 with the balance as well. Some people lifted off, some people took it flat out. It used to be tricky corners a few years ago, but thanks to these modern day F1 cars, easy flat as we make our way into Lacombe. Riding the curb very nicely through there, and this one as well. Try not to invalidate on the exit of turn 7, I believe. Now coming downhill into the right hander, very easy to lock up here, but as you can see there, it hasn't locked up into the right hander. Now coming through No Name, riding the curve through there, very nice exit, so very smooth as well for Leo. Both Mercedes are right behind us. I think one of them's on the outlet, which is Alexander down in P15. A Dropper Gamer in P1. There he is, behind Leo in P4. Making our way down into the right hander now, takes it very nicely. And what about this one? Also for this one as well, gets a good exit, but too wide there for Leo, and that's a massive shame because his teammate is right there to give him a slipstream. And that's a massive shame for Leo. All the hard work undone just by going a little bit too wide. It's such an easy place to catch the drivers out in terms of validating it. But Arnold Dropper Gamer then we'll turn our attention to him coming through Blanchimont. There's a few cars in the way, hopefully they don't affect his performance. One of them's an Aston Martin who gets out the way nicely. The other one's a Red Bull who also gets out the way as he makes his way towards the final 2 corners. And let's see what Arnold Dropper Gamer can set. Is he going to be faster as he makes his way towards the line? It's a 40.9! Unbelievable lap time there from the Mercedes driver, a 40.9. Can anybody out there beat it? Let's see then who else is on their lap time. Looks like Leo's backed off. He was on a lap. It's his teammate Fruitful who's going for a lap time. There he is then in the Red Bull, giving him a lovely tow. But I'm surprised they don't go even further out to give him a lovely tow down this straight here, the Kemmel Straight. Not quite sure why they don't give the slipstream all the way down the straight. They're backing off before Eau Rouge and Radio. Maybe, it's 2/10 down anyway in the first set, so there might be a party, so probably told him to back off there. But it's the end of qualifying. We've got both Alpine jets set a lap time. But can anybody out there improve? You can see Axelino coming towards the final 2 corners, up slightly in the middle sector. Let's see how his last sector is there. And it's going to be P3 for him. Did he improve? I'm not quite sure if he did. No, he didn't improve, so he stays in P3. 1,000's off, just 1,000 from his previous best lap time. But is anybody out there to try and dethrone or to drop a gamer away? Both Alpha Towers across the line, they stay in P14 and P15. We've got Alexander next across the line. A few cars ahead of us, I think it's the Aston Martin, but we'll stay on board with Mercedes driver. Did he get a good tow from his teammate down the straight? Purple middle sector, 13.1. So we'll keep an eye on him then if he can get close towards the top of the pecking order or P2. But what a lap time that was from Arnold Dropper Gamer in P1 of 40.9. Half a second clear of second place Fruitful as Alexander then makes his way towards the final 2 corners, locks up on entry. And let's see then if he can get a good exit. And let's see what lap time this is. It's going to be a 41.4. And he pops himself in P3, a few hundreds behind Fruitful in P2. Let's see who else is out there on a lap time. Zibrain has invalidated his lap time. OP Raki is in P8 as well. Ricky, sorry, but the 41.6, he is on a lap time. Can he improve in P8 there? Seabray crossed the line, stays in P7, but does improve on his lap time. As OP Raiki then makes his way towards the final two corners. He did get the best entry to the first part of the bus stop chicane. And let's see then what his lap time is. It's a 41.6, so he improves, but could he have found more time if he did make that slight mistake in the final two corners? And that's qualified over, and Arnold Dropper Gamer sets pole position with a 40.9 ahead of Fruitful in P2. He did not improve his last run. Alexander in P3 there. Axolino in P4. And OP Raiki P5, Leo in P6, Tefex Pro in P7 ahead of Sibraid in P9, Japaraka in P9 ahead of Markadons in P10. Yeah, but what a qualifier session that was. We'll soon have the second lobby open. There it is then, the only man to get the 40s. Auto Dropper Gamer in P1 with Fruitful in P2, Alexander in P3, Axolino in P4, OP Raiki in P5 ahead of Leo. So the Mercedes drivers up there at the top. Next up in the second lobby will be Shazoo, SXT, IFR, MNT, FER, ETG and Relentless and LFR next in the second lobby. Coming up in a few minutes time, hopefully this lobby ends as well. I don't know if it's a glitch because we did see some people join late, such as Alexander and all the Dropper Gamer. They did join late, so that's probably the reason why we're not headed off into the other session. That's one of the best lap times I've seen so far here around the Belgian Grand Prix, a 40.9. It's just incredible. 4/10 ahead of his near rival Fruitful Coup in P2. Now we're just awaited to go in the second lobby, then we should be up and running for the second part of the Formula Sim Series Shazoo qualifying. Right, so next up then, Jax, Cortez, Yogurt, Jacopo, Legend, Rudy, Nathan, Rachel, Louis, Knuth, Sam Gamer Official, Dan Speed, Giroux Visa, Isakush, Lewis, and Toxic Tomato, who are up next in the second lobby. Sure, for Shazoo, you've got Jax and Cortez. For SXT, you've got Yogurt and Jacopo. IFR, Legend and Rudy. MNT, Nathan and Rattel. FER, you've got Louis and Nuth. Apologies if I said your name wrong as well. Just correct me in the stream. ET, you've got Sam Game Official and Dan Speed, and Relentless, you've got Javoo Vizza and Isaac Kush. LFR, you've got Lewis and Toxic Tomato for the second lobby coming up. Right guys, so I'm gonna have to restart the game. So we're gonna have to. I'm stuck in the loading screen. So tune in for the next part of the championship, and that's it for this stream.